Hey up, Rock God 2004 back with another video for you, and finally I'm getting to do the one that I've been going on about, this collection. The last two I was waiting for turned up together. One took ages to get here, one took really quick. So in total there's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I've got 12 films in this collection. There's not actually that many more to complete it. I think there's only another 2 or 3 that I don't have. But I'm not really that bothered about them, to be honest. I mean, I'd like one because it's got a snazzy slipcover, but the film itself. And as you've probably gathered by the little intro, it is the Grindhouse releasing collection, what I've got so far. So the first one, which is one of the earlier ones that I can see, is the one that I was waiting for the most. And it is a 2-disc set, and it is an English film, and it's something that I've never ever seen Peter Cushing do before, and it's Corruption. There's alternate artwork which I haven't turned around yet, but I'm going to, while I was waiting to get this done. There's no covering up of that area on the other bit, and also there is blood round here, so that's like cleaned up. In this, basically, Peter Cushing, he's like a surgeon, and he's a brilliant surgeon, and his girlfriend is a model, and he goes to a party with her, and she starts getting photos took off this photographer. Photographer gets a little bit too friendly with her. Peter Cushing doesn't like this, goes over, hey, that's enough now. They get into a fight, a lamp falls, burns his girlfriend's face, and then she goes into this like massive depressive state, because she's worried about her looks. So Peter Cushing comes up with a way of how to fix this side of her face, and I'll let you watch it to see the rest. Couple of brutal scenes in it when you consider you used to seeing him in like Dracula and Hammer stuff. It's I've never seen him anything like this before. I was shocked. There's 2 cuts of the film. There's the I think one was the American and US, I think it was, version, and the other one was the international version. I think it's the international version, if I remember rightly, that's got the more explicit stuff in. There's one scene totally reshot. I won't tell you what it is, but it goes from like sort of mild in one to the point where they've totally reshot it with a different actress, and it's graphic. It's strange. I've never seen anything like it before. But yeah, definitely worth a watch. I really enjoyed it, and I watched both versions in one night to see what the score was. That's the back. In the 2 discs is you get a Blu-ray and a DVD. That is like a sort of a little fold-out sheet, but when you open it up again, it's a poster of the explicit one. I don't show it because I'll get me knuckles wrapped. If you Google it and you want to see it, I'm sure you'll see it. The film itself was made in 1967. It's older than me, so for the time, this is actually a very violent film. I know it's been released over here. I can't remember if it was Indicator or somebody like that, but I wanted this one to go with the rest. So that's Peter Cushing in Corruption. The second one, which was out the same year on Blu-ray, they both dated 2013. This is the other one that came early. This one was made in 1967, and this is also the one that I mentioned in a previous video where I said it's not a horror, it's not a thriller, it's a totally different genre, but it's very similar to 3 very famous films. Anyway, It's actually a spaghetti western, so it's obviously what the 3 films it's like, and it's called The Big Gun Down. The Peter Cushing one there is the only one that doesn't actually have any form of a slipcover. All the rest do. This is a gorgeous set. I watched it last night and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I put the Blu-ray on and it just kept sticking and sticking and sticking. I don't think it's the disc. I was on the word with my mate Mark, and he said it looks like the Airplane needs a firmware update, because it's stuck on another disc as well. It's stuck on a 4K disc. So that's a Blu-ray and a 4K. It's done it on now. It's a pain, but never mind. But this set, a lot of embossed bits and the spot glossing as well, look. And even Lee Van Cleef's in it, who's in The Good, the Bad and the Ugly. And then you get 4 discs in this. So there's the Big Gun Down Blu-ray, the 95-minute expended US cut, and then you turn that and you get La Raza di Conte. I've probably said that wrong, but there you go. That's the 110-minute director's cut. That's longer than the US one, so I am actually looking forward to watching that one as well. Then you get the expanded US cut on DVD, and then your last disc is the soundtrack on CD by Ennio Morricone. Quite enjoyed the music in it, except the beginning bit. There's a woman singing a song and she was getting right on my tit end, to be honest. But apart from that, the music's really nice. You can tell it's his style. It has got reversible artwork, and it's got the one with the, I believe, Italian title. But the front cover art of the disc cover and the back, they're identical to the slip. There's no difference really. But yeah, what a cracking film. Really enjoyed it. I don't normally go for westerns, but I do love the 3 spaghetti westerns, so I was hoping I was going to like this. And for what I paid for it, what a bargain I got for this edition as well. 4 discs with the soundtrack. So yeah, over the moon with that. That's 1967's The Big Gun Down. Third title. Now we're heading into video nasty territory. This is a Lucio Fulci film. I've watched it a couple of times, and I always find it very slow. I need to watch it again, but I've had that much to watch lately because I wanted to watch it before I did the video, but I thought, no, I need to get this done. I know I did like it, but it was so slow. And it is on the nasty list. I think it's on the section 2, and it's The Beyond. This is another really nice set. After those first 2, where they put the discs all together in one and then all slip cover, they started to get better with the stuff they give you as well. There's the back, and this is I think this is a 3-disc set if I remember rightly. This one, for some bizarre reason's got like this black piece of card filler. It must be because the box was a little bit too big. And then with this one, you do get the soundtrack, and they put it in its own little cardboard cover, which I thought was a lot better because you feel like you're getting more when it's like this for some reason. And the artwork on the disc looks really, really good as well. It's like a kind of a painted version of the Video Nasty front cover. Music's done by Fabio Frizzi as well. I've got a couple of his, I think. And then this is the cover of the inside, which is different to the slip. This has got reversible as well. No, it doesn't. It's got details of other stuff. I've never read that before. This goes to show how much I know. Yeah, I don't need to rewatch this one though, but I will brace myself because I know it's not fast moving at all. I'm pretty sure this is the one though with the ginger sort of, she looks about 13-ish, teen girl, and her mum has an accident with acid. I'm sure it's this one. And then you get the other 2 discs in there. You get a Blu-ray of the film, and then the other one is a Blu-ray of the extras. So no DVD this time, it's 2 Blu-rays. And then you get a booklet as well. So yeah, this is when they started really, I think, knocking it out the park with these releases, because they're so nice. And this one was released in 2014, and the film itself 1981, and it is unrated. It is region A locked. So that's Lucio Fulci's The Beyond. This next one we've talked about at great lengths, me and John, on the live stream, so if you've watched them, you'll be familiar with this. This is the probably most disturbing film I've ever sat through. And it's Ruggero Deodato's Cannibal Holocaust. One of the most infamous video nasties on the Section 1 list, where you could have been prosecuted for it. This, for me, is the ultimate set. It is getting a 4K release. The UK version will be cut slightly. The US won't, because I think it's these releasing it. I can't see me double dipping, because this is hard to watch. But as we've said before, the great thing about this is when you put it in and you press play for the film, it then comes up to give you the option to watch it with or without the animal cruelty. There's not a great deal more to say about it. We've talked about it quite a lot, so you know what you're getting with this. But this embossed and spot glossed as well. You can't see because I leave the cellophane on. Can I show the back of it? Yeah, that's not too bad. 3 discs, this one again. One of which is the soundtrack. Yes, I've covered that deliberately. The haunting soundtrack at that. There's some fantastic music in this. The only problem is when you listen to it as a soundtrack, it does remind you of the film. You think, because you know what's what, but wow, what a soundtrack, and that's the back of it. And the disc itself is like, it matches the Blu-rays. It's looked like a bloody film reel. Bloody! And then, oh dear, I know it's only paintings, but I ain't risking it. She's showing off her breasticles there. There's the warning. A couple of nasty bits there. And then inside you get a booklet. And there's this little I thought it was an order form. It's not. It's like a little thing, like not a it's like a postcard, but it's only on paper. And I'm being careful because there's that thing again. It's where you can order stuff. There's a book on there and a t-shirt. I highly doubt that these will still be available now. I've never tried. I regret not trying because I really would have actually liked that t-shirt. And then you get, is that a blue? Yes. 2 Blu-rays which match the same art as the CD soundtrack. So you get the film and then you get a disc full of extras. And there is reversible artwork, which, yeah, again, it's basically that, but with clothing, so it's the cleaned up version. But yeah, one of the most notorious films of all time. And it is, if you've never seen it, which I think most of you probably have, it's not easy to watch at all. But it's a very well made film. The reason it's not so easy to watch, it's mainly the animal cruelty scenes, but there is some human stuff in it as well. You think, but at least you know that that's not real. But I tell you what, it's so well done. It's no wonder he got arrested. So that came out on Blu-ray again in 2014. And the film itself, I do believe, it doesn't say there, but I think it was 1980. So that's Ruggero Deodato's Cannibal Holocaust. The fifth title in this little series I've got is the other one's kind of brother, if you like. Another notorious video nasty. And this one is Umberto Lenzi's Cannibal Where's Me Ferox, also known as Make Them Die Slowly. Again, brutal animal scenes and what they do to humans. However, it is a little bit more easier on the stomach. It's not quite as bad as Holocaust. The worst one in this, it does actually give you the option to watch it with or without the scene. And the bit you're looking for, it's the death of a pig. It's the way they do it. It's not nice. Unrated, uncensored, director's cut. And there's the back with all the bump on. I'm gonna have to do. I wish they'd behave themselves with these covers. Right, there's the soundtrack. That's brutal. Now, I love this soundtrack. I like this soundtrack as well as the film better than Cannibal Holocaust. This is pure funk. So you get like some funky stuff, and you get like some synthy stuff as well. It's a great soundtrack. I absolutely love it. Now this one says that the motion picture soundtrack is by Buddy Maglione, but I thought it was Riz Orlenti again. I could have sworn it was. Unless he's gone, not to say Buddy Maglione. Never mind. Anyway, there's a booklet in there, and it's actually got the alternate title on as well. Make Them Die Slowly. And the chapters on the back. And again, I think this is like Cannibal Holocaust with 2 Blu-rays. Yeah, you get the main feature on one. And you get the extra features on that one there, which thankfully is being hid by that handsome bugger at the minute, because that's a bit naughty. If you've seen cannibal films, or if you've seen this, or you've seen Holocaust, you know what you're getting yourself into. If you haven't, and you've been curious about them, particularly Holocaust, but this as well, approach with extreme caution. This one came out on Blu-ray in 2015, and the film was released in 81. I think Cannibal Holocaust came out in 80, but I think it was actually made in 79. So you're only looking at like 2 years to a year difference for this to come out. This one is region A locked. I think Cannibal Holocaust is multi-region, so you can watch it anywhere. So yeah, for me that's the better one of the two, because it's more enjoyable. It's more like adventure feeling, where the other one you're just feeling a downer when it's finished. I don't know what the hell it is. This is just like a more upbeat film, even though there's that much brutality going on. You can tell the difference. If you watch them both, you'll be able to tell the difference straight away. So yeah, that one is Umberto Lenzi's Cannibal Ferox / Make Them Die Slowly. This next one is actually a box set with 2 films in, which originally got released separately, and then they released them together in this box set. So the box set itself is called the Duke Mitchell Collection. A nice slip box there, and it's embossed. And one of the films is actually on the Nasties list. I think it's a Section 2 title. One of them's called Gone with the Pope, and the nasty one is Massacre Mafia Style. On the Nasties list is called The Executioner. But these are exactly the same as what they were when they were released individually. This Duke Mitchell fella, I'd never heard of him. But apparently he's quite an old actor. He's been in loads of stuff when he was younger. And he's a bit of a crooner. You can hear him singing. He sings in the titles, but I learned to kiss your lips. It's not good. It's that type of crap. So Gone with the Pope. He died before he finished making this. And it was lost for years and years and years. And then Sage Stallone and the other guy, I think it was, they found it. And they said, right, we will get this film finished. And they did. I don't know how they did it, but they did it. It's got a strange ending, but I really enjoyed this. This is a 2-disc set. A Blu-ray and a DVD. Is that a booklet? Yeah, and you do get a booklet as well. This is just photos on the other side. It's not reversible artwork. But yeah, really enjoyed Gone with the Pope. And the other one, which in this country is called, on the Video Nasties list, The Executioner, is Massacre. Got a bit of windy pops. Massacre Mafia Style. And that there is the image that's on the front of the original Nasties VHS. He wrote it. I think he directed it, if I remember rightly. He acted in it. He did everything in it, really. But this is another strange one. I think it was on a low budget, and it's like, for a gangster film, it's not like your run-of-the-mill gangster film. The opening bits are basically what you see in the trailer, which is a lot of the murder sequences. You don't see that one till later on. That one. And I thought this was just done for the trailer. But then it goes back and tells you the story. It's actually really, really good. I thoroughly enjoyed this. Again, you get a booklet. It's 2 discs. The film and features are on the same disc, like Gone with the Pope. One's a Blu-ray, one's a DVD. The box set with them both in is out of print, and I'm pretty sure that the 2 individual ones are now as well. But even if you have to get them individually, they're definitely worth getting these 2. He made Massacre Mafia Style last. He made Gone with the Pope first, but was shelved because he ran out of money. And he died before he got a chance to finish it anyway. But yeah, although that one came out first, it was made after he'd started that one. So yeah, that's Gone with the Pope and Massacre Mafia Style together in the box as the Duke Mitchell collection. This next one is probably my most favourite Grindhouse release. This release it came out in 2016. The film itself came out in 1983. It wasn't a Video Nasty, however, it could have been one had it been out just a couple of years earlier. I absolutely love this film. And it's pieces. When this came out, the artwork on that, it's not so much there. Yeah, right, it's the chainsaw there that's embossed. But then you get like the film title on there is done as well. And on the bottom. And on the side. I love that artwork. And it's a 3-disc set. 2 Blu-rays and a CD. So there's a CD. CD? So there's a CD soundtrack. I've just seen Fabio Frizzi's name on that, yeah. There's 3 people doing it. There's bits of the music in this is actually in not Anthropophagus, the other one. Absurd. It's in both Absurd and this. And they must have the same composer somewhere on the line. And there's the back. The disc itself. Yeah. I'm not going to show you the bottom bit. But that's the soundtrack. I love the fact that they started doing this. I don't know why, it just makes it seem a little bit more for your money type of thing. And then there's that artwork. And the back's the same. There was a very, very limited amount came with the jigsaw. Mine didn't have one, but then I eventually found one. Over the moon to get it. Took me a while to get it. That's in the film. If you think of why would you want a jigsaw, it does. It's actually in the film. You need to watch it. You get a booklet, and then you get the Blu-ray with the film on, and the Blu-ray with extras, with the picture of the jigsaw on again as well. I don't think this. No, this does have images on the other side, but it's just an actor on one side, an actor on the other. It's not actually reversible art. They seem to be doing that quite a bit. Yeah, they are both Blu-rays. I thought they were. And that jigsaw sits very nicely in there. Thus. But yeah, this is like this is just such a great slasher film. And it's ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous. And the trailer itself, it says it all. When it says you don't need to go to Texas for a chainsaw massacre, and at the end it says pieces, it's exactly what you think it is. Yeah, well, take that, because that's exactly what it is. Amazing film. If you've not seen this, you really need to get it. Arrow have released it, so it's pretty easy to get hold of over here. Pieces. The next one up is another Lucio Fulci film. I've only watched this once because it's just so weird. I need to watch it again. And it's now been released over here as well, and this is Cat in the Brain. This one comes with a limited edition glow-in-the-dark slipcase. I'll turn the light out, see if you can see it. Yeah, there you go. So you can see the skull, cat in the brain, and you can see the Fulci lives at the bottom. At the back of Gore, his name does as well, but that hasn't lit up yet. I had to just quickly put it under the light. The name at the top of the disc, Cat Amongst the Brain, does as well, and the side all glows in the dark. But that looks really good, actually. So Fulci plays himself in this, and I think from what I remember, I think it's like he starts to get these strange desires and stuff, and the films he's making, he starts to like dream about them, and he starts to want to act out what he's making, and I'm sure he starts killing people. But it's that long ago since I've seen it, I can't remember. I do need to rewatch it, but my God, it's weird. Not one of his best, I don't think, but still, I remember it being sort of enjoyable, but like, it's one of them when it finishes, you think like, what the hell was that? It is gory though. I do remember that. And again, they've done a lovely job with the soundtrack. And 2 Blu-rays. Actually, I'll show that first. That's different. There's the man. So there's 2 Blu-rays. One's the film, one's the extras. This was an art card you got, a painting of him. It's quite thick, sturdy card there as well. And the booklet. This one does have reversible artwork. I think it's very similar to the slip, but without glowing. Yeah, just like the standard image of it. But they really do put out good releases, these. I know the next one after this one, after that was released, the Grindhouse did announce that they weren't going to release any more titles. And I was like, oh, that's a bit of a bummer, isn't it? And then after a couple of years, or a year or two, another two appeared. So I was like, what the hell? But they do some like cracking releases. They don't do them as often as like the likes of Arrow and 88 and stuff like that. But when they do, you know you're getting something like decent. So yeah, a strange one. Lucio Fulci's Captain. Next one is a film from 1971. It was sort of quite gory for its age. It's actually really good fun to watch because it's so ridiculous. Very low budget, but it's just a cracking film. I Drink Your Blood. I think this originally came out as a double bill on US drive-ins with a black and white film called I Eat Your Skin, which actually was out a lot earlier than this. It came out in 1964, and I think people were turning up expecting to see a double bill like this. Bit of a gore fest type of thing. When I Eat Your Skin, it's more like a sort of a black and white voodoo James Bond film. It's bizarre. I mean, it was all right, yeah. I kind of enjoyed it, but this was far better. There's also another bonus film on the second disc, a 1969 film called Blue Sextet. Now, I actually enjoyed that. It says it's long lost X-rated psychedelic shocker. I don't know why it's X-rated, because there's no like real explicit real things going on in it. But yeah, 3 films you get in this box. So yeah, you're getting a lot for your money with this one. So that's the slip cover there, which is really, really nice. Again, all the titles and things like of the film and these little red bits, they're all embossed again. And then you get different artwork on the front. Amazing. You got a booklet, and on the front of the booklet is the poster sort of artwork for the double bill. I Drink Your Blood, I Eat Your Skin. And then you get 2 Blu-rays. One with I Drink Your Blood on, and then that one says I Drink Your Blood, but it's the bonus disc. That's got I Eat Your Skin and Blue Sextet on as well, plus loads of other stuff. This one doesn't have reversible artwork. It's photos taken from the film that's on it as well. For a very limited time, you got another freebie with this. If you've seen the film, you'll know why. This is the little boy in the film, and you get a syringe, and actually tells you how to draw blood and give blood with this toy. Like, obviously not real, but wow. It is sealed, but because the cardboard started to curve a bit, it's sort of like come unglued itself there. But it doesn't matter, I suppose I've still got it. Every time Grindhouse gives stuff away like this, like they're really, really limited. And you've got to be quick. To draw blood, pretend to insert needle blunted into arm or leg until needle disappears. Press release button on top of white tube. Allow white tube to rise slowly as if drawing blood. To give blood, pretend to take blood from your arm, then by reversing above procedure, pretend to give blood to your victim. Wow. So yeah, that was the little freebie with that one. This has been released over here. I can't remember if there's 88 or not, but you don't get as much as what you get here, I don't think. Another excellent Grindhouse presentation. That's I Drink Your Blood. So after I Drink Your Blood, their very last ever release, until the next one a couple of years later, they came back with this. I'd never heard of this. 88 Films have now released this over here. I wanted this so bad, but it was so expensive because of the little limited thing you got with it. I got this a couple of weeks back, as I was explaining. I think I've mentioned this before. and I got an absolute bargain with this. And this is another Umberto Lenzi one, and this is the Tough Ones. Now it says there, bonus custom 30 caliber metal bullet pen, strictly limited to 2,500. So they obviously don't all have that. This does have it, thankfully. This is like violent thriller. It's kind of like how can I describe it? It's like a cross between The Sweeney, Death Wish, and a Giallo. That's the best way I can describe it. But what a cracking film it is. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And as I was watching The Big Gun Down last night, this creeper, yeah, I spotted he's in both. He was in it as well. So yeah, so that's the slip cover. 3 discs. Again, you get the soundtrack in the little card sleeve. This has also got a different title, Assault with a Deadly Weapon. Does still say the Tough Ones on the back there. It does have reversible artwork as well, but I think I like that copper one better, the skeleton copper. And this has got the Italian title on as well. It's such a good package, this one. Well, they all are. Booklet again. Two Blu-rays. One with the film, one with the extras. I haven't watched the extras yet. And was there 2 cuts of the film? Original, unrated, uncensored, director's cut, and it's a 4K remaster as well. But it does say under the surprise. They all say at the bottom of the extra features, every single one of them, plus other surprises, and you do usually find other little things that aren't listed. But yeah, if you like stuff like Death Wish and things like that, and Dirty Harry, that type of stuff, I think you'll like this. Imagine mixing Death Wish and Dirty Harry together with a bit of Giallo and a bit of whatever I said earlier on. You'll like it. And lastly, this is so snazzy. There's the bullet pen. What a nice little touch. There is relevance about the bullet. They haven't just shot it in because it's a violent thing. That the bullet does come into it. I shall say no more, but it is actually part of the story. Yeah. So that was their first one back after never released any more. Umberto Lenzi's The Tough Ones, highly recommended. And we're on to the last one. This is the last one that Grindhouse have released to date. It came out, it had so many with another freebie like that. I didn't get it. I was gutted, but never mind. And then they re-released it again without the freebie. And this, even now, I think it was going for 60, 70, 80 pound on eBay. And I'm like, I'm not paying that. I'm not paying it. Never seen it before. Always wanted to. It now seems to be getting more widespread so you can get it easier, but you get everything except the little freebie. I was very, very pleasantly surprised with this. And this, the acting in this is amazing. It's got Sondra Locke in it and Colleen Camp, who I only knew as Tackleberry's missus in the Police Academy films. But this totally went under the radar. I'd never heard of this. This is Death Game. A beautiful artwork. And the thing that you got extra with this was a key ring of that meat cleaver, but with that Death Game logo on it. So yeah, I would like to have had that, but anyway. The way I got this one though, I ended up ordering it direct from Grindhouse, who do not ship to the UK. So I had to get it sent to this like sort of PO address that I've set up in America. Thankfully, it was free shipping and it was half price just about. And then when it got sent over here, I ended up only paying like 30 odd quid for it in total. Better than paying 70 or 80, isn't it? But yeah, what a film. This is the original of what Keanu Reeves was later in Knock Knock. Basically, Knock Knock is a remake of this. But then again, what you didn't know is there's another film added as an extra on this, which came out before this, which I think this got the idea from. And I do believe it's a bit of a, bit of filth. I don't know if it was filmed as a hardcore, then got cut, because the hardcore version is on here. It looks like there's cuts where you would think you would see that type of scene. But what a good film it was. It had a little bit of a different twist to it. But if you've seen Knock Knock, you'll basically know the story. This fella's wife is going away for the weekend with their kids. I can't remember if she's going to work or going to visit relatives. He's on his own. Massive storm outside. There's a knock at the door late at night. Opens the door. Two young lasses at the door. Lets them in. And the shit hits the fan, basically. Thoroughly enjoyed it. What a great film. She is absolutely psychotic. I didn't know that she could act. Mrs. Tackleberry, I didn't know she could act like this. They're both great in it, to be honest. But for me, she steals the show. She's absolutely mental. I keep forgetting her name. Colleen Camp. There's an interview with her on with Eli Roth, who made Knock Knock. And I didn't recognise her first. Wow. She's changed. But she seems like a lovely person. I'll say, yeah. I think the other side of this, it's the same as that, but lightened up. So I've left it different to that. The back's the same. Damn shame I don't have the key ring, but never mind. Yeah, double disc, both Blu-rays, and the booklet again. Look at her there, my God. Yeah. Definitely worth watching this. I'm sure this said as well it was based on a true story. Yeah. There's some nutty people out there, people. I'll tell you. Yeah. There's the reversible. I do like that as well, to be honest. I'm not particularly fond of that, but the fact it's so different, that's very similar. I might swap it around. I don't know. I'll see if I can be bothered. But I think that one is probably my second favourite Grindhouse release after Pieces. Death Game. So there you go. My Grindhouse collection, the mystery's over. I was going to do some of them individually, like I might do eventually, I don't know, because I do have some of the soundtracks, like I've got Pieces and I've got Cannibal Holocaust, which I've shown on the live stream. So I mean, I might do single ones at some point. Probably not of all of them, unless I watch them again, then I'll sort of like review them a bit. But yeah, cracking set that is, and I highly recommend them if you want to start and collect them. I'd say go for it. The two that I don't have, one of them is Burt Lancaster, the swimmer. Yeah. And the other one is, I can't even remember what it's called. But then there's another one which is a documentary, which Sage Stallone made, which I don't have that one either. Which I can remember what the other one was now. I can't think. Oh! something about an American hippie. And the reason I didn't get it is because, I haven't seen the film or heard of it, but I found out there was originally a 3-disc set, and that's got a bonus film on. It's getting it. You can get the single disc one for like 20 quid or something, but if you want the 3-disc one, the limited one, you pay a lot more than that for it. So if I get it, I see that one cheap, I'll get that, but I will not pay over the odds for it. And I think apart from those 3, I think that's the entire thing they've released, to the best of my knowledge. I do have a good chunk of them. There's only 2 or 3 I don't have. So yeah, I do hope you enjoyed that little insight into the Grindhouse release and stuff. I hope I haven't bored you to death. And if you've managed to watch this all the way through, congratulations. Give yourself a goldfish. Yeah, so yeah, that's it for another one. Thank you very, very much for watching. It's very much appreciated. And thank you for all the lovely comments that I do keep getting. Does mean a lot. And I will see you on the next one. All 2 of you, hopefully. So, yeah, thank you very much. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you soon.